What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Wrestling Junkies podcast. I'm Taco Tully, and I am joined by.
It's me.
Wait,
It's me. It's me.
wait,
It's Johnny
what?
Van Frank.
What? What
That's
are you
right.
doing here?
That's right. Every Tuesday moving forward, I have been contracted to join you for our Tuesday show. And man, I am excited because we have a lot going on.
We do, real quick. How's your New Year's, man?
New Year's was great. Obviously, as you can see, I have a little bit of a wrist brace on. Playing pickleball with David Spade and Johnny Depp gets a little rowdy, so you need to watch your P's and Q's around them. But I will be okay. Everybody calm down at home. It is okay. Johnny is just fine.
Well, we're glad you're feeling better. Anyway, welcome to the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Happy New Year. As always, hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe. Help Mr. Cincinnati and the podcast grow their channel. 580 followers on Twitter, 500 and counting on Facebook. Yeah, they're cranking away, man. It's insane. Look how hard these guys work. I mean, we're giving them a necessary day off. Also, we're going to pour a little out because their teams didn't have some great NFL showings this week, but it's okay.
Hey, one's in the playoffs, one's not. So
I was just going to leave it at that. Like, you just...
I'm just stating facts. That's why I'm here. Taco, you and I are neutral. I'm just throwing facts. Oh, there we
tacos
go.
And exhaling that negativity.
What kind of tacos do we have today?
These are ground turkey today. Excited.
Boring. Ground turkey. You know,
I'm all aboard the Gaines train, baby.
I like the dark meat.
Anyway, we had a crazy weekend in wrestling, didn't we?
It was a weekend. That was for sure. The world ended.
Yeah. Yeah. That show.
Let's get into it.
About it. I mean, yeah. Well, you vamp for a little bit. I need a second.
All right. World's End, we saw a lot of, let's say, meh, for lack of a better term. I think the show was saved by the final 3 matches of the card, but that first half, not the best they've ever put on. I do not think it was worse than Double or Nothing, but probably one on their lower end of the year on shows. How say you? How say you, Taco?
Yeah, so...
Well, it doesn't matter what you think, because I'm here today, and people come for my opinions. I am on a hard painkiller for this. It hurts, but I power through for you guys. I power through. Just know, Johnny loves you.
Yeah, you're no MJF like at all, but no, I would agree with you. I don't think that this was the worst show that AEW put on. It was the
JVF.
It was the second worst show this year, and the problem is, I agree with you. Up until those final 3 matches, there was nothing entertaining. It's my understanding that Mr. Cincinnati and the podcast dad watched it together, and
it's cute.
Not a whole lot to write home about. You know, it was not the best show, and it really wasn't until, what was the first of those 3 matches that kicked off? I think it was Copeland and Cage, right?
It was Copeland and Cage, and they're not a TLC match.
Yeah, well, they just wanted to tease it. Long-term storytelling, pal. You know,
I don't think we're ever going to get one.
You don't think so?
I think that's the closest you will get to one. And that's just me being honest, because they can't market a TLC match. They're not allowed. So what would you call that? Just a ladder match? And then they introduce those things?
It's not for me to decide. Yeah, I don't know.
I think that street fight was probably the safest way that you could introduce all of those elements and not compromise either of your competitors, because I think the expectation for a TLC match would be way too high and people would be disappointed. But we have to remember, both these men are late 40s, early 50s.
I mean, if Sting can jump off of everything under the sun over the last 3 years, these two certainly can. And this is no knock on Sting, but look at Copeland. He's in much better ring shape than Sting, who's been doing all of this. I'm just saying I wouldn't rule it out that they come up with some variation of this. In fact, I'm so confident that I will bet you 1 taco on it.
I will not accept that bet because I do not eat tacos. I have told you time and time again, I'm a chimichanga kind of guy.
I mean, they're the same family of food. He didn't mean it. He didn't.
Don't talk to the tacos. Don't be weird. Don't
Well, I
make this
just did.
weird. Don't make this
I
weird.
just did. What's
You
the
know who's
what's the
weird is
problem with it?
David Spade when he plays pickleball. Don't make it weird over here. We're here to talk about wrestling, not your tacos.
Well, I was just trying to make a friendly wager, and you went and just took all the fun of it.
I don't want tacos.
Anyway.
I don't want your tacos.
Okay, that's fine. There are plenty of other people that do. Anyway, next match of that trilogy that made this show worth actually watching, Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston won the big one. Are you surprised?
No,
And
no,
thank
I'm
you,
not. I think that was kind of the plan going into it. They are kind of honoring Eddie Kingston with the Triple Crown kind of thing, the thing that he's grown up on, the thing that got him into wrestling. I think he's a good first winner. I think this is a good platform to launch Eddie Kingston long term as being one of your bigger baby faces in AEW because Lord knows they're going to need it over the next couple months. And you know, I think he stepped up his game throughout this tournament to put on some very quality matches. And yeah, I mean, Mox didn't really need it. And that's crazy when you think about it because I saw Mox's pay-per-view record since 2021. Do you know what it is?
No.
It is 2-10.
Wow.
So
And I
Mox
mean,
is
he's got an insane AEW singles record. I mean, it's a winning one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize the
And-
pay-per-view numbers were that bad.
and you wouldn't know it. You would absolutely not know it because Mox is one of those rare cases in wrestling where he is kind of untouchable. Like it doesn't matter what he does, either way you're going to be happy with it.
Would you call him Elliot Ness since he's untouchable?
I don't know who that is.
Really? Watch a movie, read a book. Okay, sorry. Negative vibes. That's my fault.
I watch timeless Tony Storm movies. I cannot wait
So-
to see her and Wendy Richter.
Right? I mean, that's she will F her up. I mean, that's for
She
sure.
will. She will.
But I am glad that you mentioned the timeless one. I know that there was a lot of talk between Mr. Cincinnati and the podcast dad about how this match should go, given the fact of what happened at Full Gear with the botched comedy finish with the serving tray or whatever it's called. Do you think that this corrected that ship of, you know, the seriousness that it needed to be with competitors that are of the caliber of Tony Storm and Rio?
I would say yes. I would say this was a much better match. It was taken a little bit more seriously. Yes, you kind of had the goofy haha moments in there with it, but mainly a match. I'm happy with it. I'm going to need a credible challenger here soon. I will say that. But this was a move in the right direction for me.
Well, I'm glad you said that because a lot of the rumor and innuendo is saying that Mercedes Moné might be coming into AEW. Do you think that happens, yes or no? And if so, how soon do we get a program between those two?
Do you want my opinion on if it should happen or will it happen?
Yes.
Will it happen? I don't know. Should it happen? No. I think Mercedes needs to go back to the WWE. I think you can look at a Saraya, who was their big splash signing a little over a year ago. Hasn't really done much. That women's division is not very strong. And yes, Tony Khan is working on it. And would this kind of force his hand to work on it? Probably. But what she is demanding is a lot of money and fewer dates. Is it smart for AEW to invest in that, given the fact that women's wrestling is not a huge deal in that company? When you have a Will Ospreay, when you have an Okada coming up, when you have, you know, the multiple free agents that are coming up in 2024, do you want to put that money into a Mercedes where what is the return for you as far as booking? Because you've seen they don't do it very well. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm inclined to agree with you on this one. I know that there's the talk of talks falling apart between Mercedes Moné and WWE. I feel like if there's one thing we like to preach on the show, whether it's me, whether it's Mr. Cincinnati, whether it's you, or whether it's the podcast, that is that nothing's for sure until you see somebody walk out that curtain. And, I mean, Mr. Cincinnati's favorite wrestler is now back in the fold, even though there was just a lot of chatter that it might have worked or, oh, it fell apart. Like, that's just where we are at, the state of wrestling in 2024 anymore. So unless and until I see her show up on AEW programming, you should not assume that she is, that she is all elite. You just shouldn't. The Rumble's right around the corner. This is shaping up to be the biggest WrestleMania ever. There's a lot of things that we'll get to on the WWE side of things, but I would agree that I think she's a better fit in WWE. And now, additional story coming out, according to Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful Select, Trinity is apparently on her way back to WWE. It sounds like she's leaving Impact on good terms. This is massive for her. I mean, basically, she and Mercedes left on their own terms. They wanted more creativity and they wanted more input with their stories. They wanted something they could sink their teeth into, and they wanted to try to give that women's tag team division a leg to stand on. They went out, they went and learned a new hold, got themselves over more so. I mean, Trinity certainly, Mercedes was already, a superstar as it was, but Trinity has also made a name for herself outside of WWE, and now she's coming back arguably with more popularity than before. And knowing how she left, I think a lot of people are going to be happy to see her back, and I think that that's what drives Mercedes to go back to WWE.
Yeah, and we've been hearing for how long that Mercedes is all elite. Been hearing it for, she was at All Out, or All In. Yeah. So, for me, maybe it's a leverage thing. Maybe she's trying to get that last bit of money out there. But again, if you're Mercedes, where do you think you're going to move the most? Like, do you think? Yes, you could always be the first woman to main event an AEW pay-per-view, but do you have that trust in AEW given the 5 years of the track record, or do you give the track record of somebody that booked you so freaking well in NXT and a Triple H, and that trust that you already have with him? Are you willing to sacrifice a 3 to 5 year commitment in another company when you know that's on the other side? It's the question she's got to ask. So
yeah, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. I know that we squeezed in a little bit of WWE there, but let's get to this main event of World's End, bud. Well,
shocker.
Yeah, a little bit. That finish was
awesome.
So
the finish was awesome.
It fell flat for me because I don't know. There was something about those first two arm falls, and they made sure, okay, his arm falls down in front of Joe's body, and then that third one right on the shoulder, and it just seemed a little. No, I don't know.
I loved it because we never see it. We never see that finish.
We don't.
And it shocked a lot of people. And, there are people out there saying that this is Samoa Joe's first world champion in 15 years. He did hold the NXT champion. I count that. But
championship.
Whatever. I count that. Don't interrupt me ever again.
Well, maybe say the word right, like once.
No.
Okay.
I say what I want to say, and you listen. That you understand how this goes, right? Don't tick me off, because the painkillers are wearing off, and this is starting to throb.
I feel like Mr. Cincinnati has that same necktie.
He's got good taste. I can tell you that. Anyway, yes, I like the finish. Samoa Joe's the champion. Should be a very good reign. Does this mean Swerve is going to swerve into a babyface role? We shall see. Yeah. Because I don't see a heel Joe versus a heel Swerve. It's just me. But
not with the reactions he's getting.
Samoa Joe's getting a nice title run that he has earned. It should be fun. MJF is getting some time off, which he has deserved. And it gives them time to keep this Devil, or I guess Adam Cole storyline going as he heals, and then MJF heals, and then boom, we're going to come back, everybody's healthy, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so let's get to that. Adam Cole was revealed to be the Devil, along with the Kingdom and Roderick Strong and Wardlow. Very surprising.
Go ahead.
Look, I listened to you.
I didn't. I'm still listening. I had an input.
What? Okay. What do you not like about this?
About what?
Wardlow's inclusion in whatever this new group is. Let's just call him Kingdom 2.0.
He doesn't belong. He has no history with Adam Cole. Like, what's his motivation to join Adam Cole?
Cole needs some muscle. Who
Thanks.
knows Max better?
Thanks. Next.
I'm just you asked the question. I'm answering it.
And you gave me a bad answer.
By whose definition?
Everybody's.
Okay, name everybody.
Me. You walked right into that one.
This world does not revolve around you.
Anybody.
You know what? Nope,
Everybody.
nope. Inhaling
Number
tacos.
one, this guy.
Exhaling negativity. Inhaling tacos.
I think you have to eat the
negativity.
tacos. I don't think you inhale tacos. That's the proper way to do it.
You know what?
You leave that one alone, mister.
Negative vibes. We took it up here. We'll get
Yeah,
right back down.
Adam Cole's the devil. It's the only way I think they can get out of this. It made sense. It was there. I think that was the only one where people would be kind of accept it, because if it was anybody else, everybody would have hated it. But
Yeah.
it is what it is. I think we're not going to get any type of follow-up, until both are healthy. So, yes, we'll get an and you know what I'm trying to say. We will get a reason
No, I want to
why.
hear you say it.
We'll get a reason why on Dynamite from Adam Cole. That's why I am a professional, buddy. And we'll see what happens. This story has been kind of dead. And now MJF's gone. So, okay.
I think the biggest takeaway for me as we wrap up our AEW discussion and move on to day one of Raw last night.
I got one more point to make.
Okay.
No, after you finish, go ahead.
Well, no. I mean, if it's related to AEW, we're wrapping it up. Come on.
It is related to AEW. It was the press conference.
Okay, let's hear it.
Tony Khan, you are answering a question about reporting any kind of abuse or any kind of misconduct in your company. Take your hat off. Take your sunglasses off. That's a serious question, and you don't need to answer it in that. Seriously. That is a serious allegation. And again, it is an allegation. We want to put that out there. Nothing has been said. Nothing has been confirmed. Anything like that. But for you to sit there and say, you have the safest wrestling company in the world, you're flat out lying. Because you were the one that said I felt unsafe in my own company. Did you not? I feared for my life.
Did.
And you're the safest wrestling company? Bullshit. Second, enough of this discipline committee. You're the boss. Nut up. Make a choice. Make a decision. Stop. Just everything about and his whole answer and everything about it just sucked. I hated it. I really didn't like it, and it pissed me off that you're going to sit there and answer that in your stupid hat and those stupid sunglasses. This is a very serious thing going on in your company, and you're acting like it's a joke, and you're acting like it's not a big deal when it clearly is a big deal. Whatever. I'm very sour on Tony Khan right now.
No, that's fine. I don't disagree with anything that you just said. I think the only other thing that I'll add for additional context related to the hat and sunglasses and all of that is that I think a lot of people thought, oh, he is going to he brought these out and these were him wearing these things, but Toni Storm, she was the one that put those on his head and he went with it. I don't hold
care.
on. Let me finish. I was going to follow up on your point of saying that additional context is necessary and that when he was going to answer the question, he should have taken the shit off. That's all I was going to say. You done?
I know. I'm upset. I'm upset with the whole situation because
I understand it.
It sucked. It sucked. It's such a bad look. And look, I understand. Vince McMahon is a piece of crap. He is. He's done a lot of bad things. Triple H has done some not so nice things. But if they're going to answer a question like that, you know damn well they take it seriously. You look like a fanboy when you're doing that stuff. And that's been the biggest criticism of him is when shit hits the fan, you don't take it seriously. The whole thing with CM Punk, you just sat there. The whole thing with, this now, you just sit there. The whole thing with the Bucks and all them being upset, you just sat there. You take it, it's your company. It is your company. Take it by the balls and own it. Run it. It is your company, and for lack of a better term, the buck stops with you. I don't give a damn about a disciplinary committee. I don't care. If you have to make an executive decision, you own the damn thing. Make it. Rant over. Getting hot in the
All right.
collar over here.
Relax, angry
Need a
slacks.
taco.
Now,
You know, I'm ready to eat a taco now because I'm so hot. Yeah. That's how that's where
progress.
I am. That's where I am with him. Let's move on before I get back into it.
last point that I'm going to make, if you don't mind now. They have a lot of work to do if they were going to put out 12 pay-per-views a year. The build to this was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
There was nothing, there was very little on this card that got me excited for that entire show. It took until the last 3 matches, but it was dead in the water, in my opinion. There wasn't, every one of those matches before those, it just, that could have been a Dynamite main event. That could have been Collision. Hell, a couple of those could have been Rampage. So it just is what it is,
I agree. Have they announced anything besides Revolution?
There is a pay-per-view in January, I think, that they've announced, but they've not said anything that, they haven't said anything as far as a name or anything like that. Okay. So, yeah, it's just, we'll see what happens.
We shall see. You guys smell that? Do you smell?
Smell what?
What The Rock is cooking?
I do. How awesome was that?
How about that transition from a professional? You see that? See, that's how it's done, son. That's how you do it. 52 years in the business, and that's how you do it.
Okay. Wait, 52?
That's right. Johnny looks
how old are you?
young.
Okay.
Hey,
all right. Well,
money makes you look good.
Yeah, Botox too.
That's right.
All right. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to WWE. Day 1. Chris Jericho.
Jericho.
Whoa.
Did I miss
I don't
something?
know what happened there. lights were on. Nobody's home. And
that's because
anyway.
of your hat. It's too tight. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, day 1 of Raw. First Raw live show of the year. Man, I mean, Papa H is in his bag, man. He's cooking. He is. Jinder Mahal showed up, former WWE champion. You got to love every single second of that. And not to be outdone, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson showed up. Samantha Irvin with probably the reaction of the year already. And, let's just get into this. The Rock came out, did his typical promo. I mean, there's not really anything that's different about it anymore.
It's an annoying trope about the foreign guy hating America. Like, nobody cared. You could have done something different. That's my only gripe about this segment is like we. I feel
like I got to point this out. We received this comment here in the chat. Mr. Van Frank says that you should apologize to Jericho right now and bow to his greatness. Probably not going to do that.
Here's the thing. Johnny, he bows to no one, first of all. People bow to Johnny. And Johnny's not going to bow to Jericho. Jericho, if you want to sit down and do a 60 minutes interview, Johnny's available. But Johnny will not bow. Thank you for the comment. Thank you for listening. We enjoy you being here. Johnny doesn't bow.
Anyway, back to The Rock, man. So I at least, this segment as a whole, I want to give props to Jinder Mahal right now because that's not an easy position to be in. It's really not. Competing or being in the same ring as The Rock, who is one of the greatest talkers of all time. No notes on the hand this time. That cannot always be an easy environment, and he handled it well. He came out. It's one of those things where him coming out flattened the crowd so that when Rock came back, right up, that crowd was back to 11. To the moon. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry,
okay
sorry about that, Johnny. Johnny's reading comments.
I know, right?
Yeah, no, The Rock coming back. He made his statement. I don't want this at Mania.
No, I don't think that it will.
But
I think this is a Perth match.
But this could be their last chance to do it, so I get it. But man, that would suck for Cody Rhodes.
I don't think it does yet.
That would suck.
Yeah,
I want to see what happens. But this will, it's the match everybody wants to see. It's the dream match. It's The Rock passing the torch over. But again, I want to see it at a Perth. That'd be fine with me. Make that feel like a huge card.
Kyle agrees.
I really don't want to see it at Mania, and that's just me. I want to see Cody finally finish the damn story, and that's where I'm at on it. It's always fun to see The Rock back, and we can get one more match, and hopefully he can get through it in one piece because he's had trouble doing that the last couple times. But
he looked gassed last night.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah.
How old is The Rock?
He's got to be in his
late 40s, maybe early 50s. Like, yeah. Of course he was gassed.
He is 51.
Yeah, like it's hard. And when you haven't had a match since WrestleMania, what was that, 26?
I mean, do we count Dallas?
No, I don't count Dallas.
It was an impromptu match. Emphasis on the word match.
Yes, it was about as impromptu as the one last night. Yeah, so 26. You know what WrestleMania we're on now?
40.
40.
I get
40.
Yeah. I get it.
14 years. Like, yes, I mean, that's wow, it's 14 years.
Yeah.
That's it's tough to get into ring shape like that, and if he's in that shape and can put on a 12-minute match with Roman, I'd be happy with that. But I don't want that to close a WrestleMania. I want Cody Rhodes to win the title. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. So here's a question that I've been bouncing around a little bit today, and I want to get your opinion on this. So in your mind, does finishing the story mean that Cody wins the undisputed Universal Championship, or that he dethrones Roman Reigns? No, is it about the title or the opponent?
He wins the championship.
Okay.
Because for me, like he's had a champion literally on his brand for the last year. Hasn't done a damn thing with it. So he obviously wants that title. I don't think it's defeating Roman. I think part of it is finally somebody dethroning Roman, but finally getting that title off of Roman. So that's the big winning the title plus Roman. So I would say a little bit of both. Change my answer.
That's fair.
Because I'm allowed to, because I'm Johnny.
That's fair.
Bow to no man. Also, we have name tags. Guy on the right.
Yeah. Well,
name, it's right there.
I know.
Hey, Johnny knows how to read.
It's interaction we got, though, so, Anyway, day one. A couple other things. I mean, we never do the actual results. All that's at the bottom of the screen for everybody to peruse if they want to.
Peruse. Nice
there was, a lot of representation of the women's division. Nia Jax beat Becky Lynch.
Told you. Sorry, I don't think
you did.
I don't think I did. I took credit for something that the podcast
dad did.
Yeah. I know. Well, I hate being.
I like taking
everything. I did, and he will show you. I sent him a text saying that before he said that on. I gave him that idea. Yes, This gives Becky an obstacle to climb until WrestleMania. She can go out. Maybe Nia eliminates her from the Rumble. Who knows? And then Becky's got to overcome her in the chamber. This is something for Becky to sink her teeth into for the next couple months to get her to Mania instead of just having a week-long feud with Xia Li, who no idea where she is.
Does this mean that you're excited for Nia Jax to actually have a definitive place in the women's division? No. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, this is the only feud that I ever wanted to see with Nia Jax. This is the one and only. And then she can leave.
Okay. Isn't that special? Okay.
Just like you.
I know. I'm awesome.
Special guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
So thoughtful. Pickleball, really?
Pickleball.
You don't seem like the type, but okay.
You don't know Johnny outside of Johnny.
Yeah. Oh, how's Bill?
Who's that?
We go through this every week.
Oh,
He's the
Bill.
producer.
Yeah, Bill's over there. He's behind the board. We keep getting this weird call from somebody. It's a Connecticut area code. He keeps saying his name's Kevin, and he wants to join the team and help with cameras. I don't know about that. We'll
No.
see.
Hard
We'll see.
no.
We're in talks.
No,
He
we're
said
not.
he said we need to cut
No,
more.
we're not.
So I don't know.
I
I don't know what that
I know
means.
he's-
But
I know he's got a lot of free time on his hands now, but
hey, if it improves the show,
he's not filling it.
I'm
He's
all
not
for
filling
it.
his free time here. No,
I'm
no,
all
no,
for
no,
it.
no, no. That's not happening. Um,
Anything else?
so NXT New Year's
Rollins-
Evil tonight.
I was gonna say Rollins beat McIntyre for the championship.
No one should be surprised at that.
Nope.
You know, the fluky foot on the rope was, you know,
I hated that.
interesting. I mean,
I hated it. Why would you just
It's-
drag him to the middle of the ring?
I don't know. I'm not
Logic.
the producer, so you know.
Well, neither is Kevin Dunn anymore.
But he's set for life, man.
Can't bend the wrist.
Okay.
New Year's Evil. Dragon Lee is out.
Yes. No idea who's going to replace him.
I saw the rumor.
Ooh. Dish.
Carlito.
All right. That's cool.
So
I'll take that.
A member of the LWO. So
Yeah. Yeah. why
I'd
not?
be
I'll
I'd be
take
okay with that because we haven't seen Carlito wrestle that much since he's been back. I think one time
Yeah.
at
Maybe twice.
Fastlane.
Fastlane, and
only
then
time?
there was a match on SmackDown, I think.
Okay.
Bobby
Oh, yeah,
Lashley.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're about the same size.
Yep. The bold prediction, and someone's in my ear. Oh yes, it is the podcast dad. He's phoning in real quick. He says,
Hi, Chris.
Don't talk to me. Trick Williams will defeat Ilya Dragunov tonight at New Year's Evil. Thank you.
Ooh. That could be interesting.
It could be. It could
That would be a lot of fun.
He's coming back at the Rumble, buddy.
Hey, you never know.
Surprise
you
entrance.
never know. I mean, that's the thing. Is it really a surprise anymore?
Oh, when the
I mean,
music hits, the crowd will pop. Everyone will be happy.
yeah, I mean, everybody's
We
gonna go
do
banana.
this song
but
and dance. We know Brock's coming back. We know Andrade's coming back.
okay.
Wrestling doesn't get many surprises anymore, so
Well,
you take what you
But
can
it-
get.
it's gonna be an exciting 2024, though. You know.
You know, a nice surprise on prom night. That just happens. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you. Everybody should agree with me because I'm usually right. There's a couple things I'm wrong about, but water under the bridge, pal. That's why we, not just you, not just me, that's why we butter this bread. Take us home, Taco.
Anyway, thank you guys so much for checking out this episode of the Wrestling Junkies podcast. Remember to hit that QR code in the top left corner. Like, share, subscribe. Help us to get those numbers up as we are on the march to March. Yeah, I can't talk right now. On the march to 1,000 followers
I don't know what that means.
across social media.
You speaking a
I
different
don't
language
either.
over there? We're on the launch?
Spent some time in Prague for New Year's Eve, so you know I'm still a little.
Ah, yes, Prague. What a city. What a city down there in South America. Great time. Great time.
Entirely different continent, but okay.
Hey,
You tried. Bless your heart.
hey, you would know.
Anyway, we got some great shows lined up for you guys this week. We will be talking Dynamite tomorrow, New Year's Evil tomorrow. We've got new episodes of Something Smart coming as well.
Yes,
It's
we
been a lot of
do,
time.
and I hope you're ready. And Eric, get
I
ready
know I'm
too,
not.
because I have some gold on the line. It's right there. Will anybody ever get it? We shall see. Bill confirmed that the Wi-Fi looks good. So
Starting to confirm that I'm starting to believe that game is rigged.
No.
I'm not okay with that, but you know,
No.
I can't prove
No.
it either. So
No. In a trivia game about a carny, sports entertainment aspect, and you think it's rigged? That's on you, pal.
I guess it is on me. Anyway, we will be back next week with more Taco Meat Tuesday. For Johnny Van Frank, I'm Taco Tully. This has been the Wrestling Junkies podcast, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Remember, your taco vibe attracts your taco tribe. See you guys later.